Hi everybody, welcome to Canvas tutorial. I am Orindam and today I am going to give you the second lecture on the Hammett equation, and this is the second part. In the first part I have covered the basic of the Hammett equation and the Hammett substitution constant and what is the effect of the electron donating group and the electron withdrawing group on that constant and how we just determine that. So I have discussed all these topics in my first part. If you haven't watched that video, I have already put the link in the description box. You can go there and watch that first, then come back here because that will be much helpful for you. Now what happens, in the previous class I said that sigma, which is basically the Hammett substitution constant or substituent constant, it is denoted by the pKa of the benzoic acid minus the pKa of the substituted benzoic acid. It was something like that. And for those strong acid, suppose the substituted benzoic acid is stronger, so the pKa value will be lower, and for strong acid you can see the sigma value will be your positive, and for weak acid the sigma value, this strong and with respect to the benzoic acid. With respect to benzoic acid, if it is a strong acid, the sigma value will be positive, and if it is a weak acid, then sigma value will be negative. So this is something which has already been covered in the previous class, so the concept is detailed explained over there. You can watch that first. Now today I am going to give you the idea about the rho. Okay, so it is basically the rho and it is called the reaction constant. Reaction constant. Now in the previous class I said that Hammett started with the some ester, and he studied the basic hydrolysis of the ester, and with respect to that hydrolysis, the product, which is basically the carboxylic acid, the pKa value of that carboxylic acid is compared with respect to the benzoic acid. So this was something which has been discussed in the previous class. And also I said that meta and para substituted aromatic esters, so those are the perfect candidate to study Hammett equation. For ortho substituted ester and aliphatic ester, so those are not in those cases we cannot just apply Hammett equation over there. So over here this R is basically meta or para substituted phenyl group. So you can see over here that this is the significance of the Hammett equation, and this is a perfect substrate. Now point is that we can apply this rho, which is basically reaction constant, to any reaction. So this was a trial and error. It was something you can think that Hammett tested with that substrate and just formulated that equation, and he plotted log k, that means the rate constant, with sigma. Okay, with sigma basically this Hammett substituent constant, and he saw that this is a linear plot. And later we see that this kind of plot, this k is the rate constant, so this kind of plot can be used in various reactions. Now for different reactions we are getting two kinds of straight line. One is having positive slope and the other one having negative slope. So different reactions, it is not only the ester hydrolysis, different kind of reaction we are studying. The Hammett equation or that ester is our model compound. We influenced from there, and now we are just applying the same thing in different cases. And over here what we are getting, that there are two kind of plot we can just see. Now in this case what you can see, that for the positive slope, the slope of this reaction either positive or it could be negative. Okay, either it will be positive or it will be negative. So this slope, basically this slope of the plot log k versus sigma, this is basically your reaction constant. So you can say that for the above case where the slope is positive, that means you can say the reaction constant is positive, and for this case blue one, the slope is negative, that implies reaction constant is negative. So this sign of rho, or the reaction constant rather, that can be of two type. Either it could be a positive value or it is a negative value. So either it will be a positive slope or the negative slope. Now in which case a positive slope will come? Suppose during the course of reaction, okay, when the reaction is proceeding, if transition state or the intermediate becomes more electron rich, in these cases rho value will be positive. And for the same thing, during that course of reaction, if, so that is something like that, during the course of reaction, if transition state or the intermediate becomes less electron rich, in that case rho value will be negative. Now let's just discuss it with the help of some example. Suppose I am giving you this substrate. Okay, so I am giving you this substrate. Over here iodine is present and here NO2 group is present. Now NO2 group is minus I and minus R group. Now if I treat it with some amine, suppose it is a primary amine, okay, so I am treating it with this, so this lone pair will attack over here and it will produce this kind of system, NHR. So you can clearly see the first step is the addition step, okay. This negative charge is stabilized, with the help of this electron withdrawing group. It is basically stabilizing that negative charge, and that is why this intermediate, this is the intermediate, is stable intermediate. And now in the next step what happens? In the next step this come back and iodine is removed. So your product is something like this, and this kind of reaction has a special name. This reaction mechanism, it is called the addition elimination reaction. This is basically addition elimination reaction. Now during the course of this reaction, you can see this is what you call the intermediate, okay. And if you just see over here, if you compare it with the starting material, so you can see that a negative charge, okay, you can see over here a negative charge is generated. So in this case you can think that this during the course of reaction, the transition state and the intermediate, now over here a transition state will be there and then this intermediate is forming. So this intermediate over here, what you can see, that becomes more electron rich. So in this case what you will see, that this rho value, the value of rho will be positive for this reaction. For addition elimination reaction, the value of rho will be positive. Suppose I am just taking some system, aromatic system, and over here the electrophile is NO2 plus. What you will see, that first step is this one, so it is basically forming a positive charge over here and accept the electrophile. So it is basically the intermediate substitution electrophilic aromatic reaction. So it is ACAR mechanism. And in the next step what you see, the aromatization step. So you can see over here this is a nitration and it is following ACAR mechanism, electrophilic substitution aromatic reaction or electrophilic aromatic substitution reaction. So over here you can see this is the intermediate, and if you just compare this intermediate with the starting material, you can see in this case a positive charge is generated. So over here the intermediate, okay, intermediate becomes less electron rich as compared to the starting material. So for this case, if you see the value, the rho will be negative. So one thing is clear, that if the electron density increases, rho will be positive. If the electron density decreases, rho will be negative. So this is what you need to just remember. Now suppose I am giving you a reaction like this. And suppose there is chlorine, and now I am treating it with AgNO3, aqueous AgNO3. So what you will see, the first step is the generation of the carbocation. You can see that the Ag plus ion, it is basically promoting the SN1 reaction. Also this position is the benzylic position, as well as the tertiary carbocation can be formed if this chlorine is removed. So these all things favor SN1 reaction mechanism. So this is producing a cation over here. So this is basically the intermediate, and after that in the aqueous medium you will see the water molecule now will attack over here with its lone pair. So now in the next step OH will be formed, and it is basically the product of the solvolysis reaction. So now in the intermediate you can clearly see a positive charge is generating. Now we can say, this is a slide over here, if the transition state or the intermediate becomes less electron rich, the rho value will be negative. So here also in this reaction it is getting positive charge as compared to the starting material. So positive charge is generated, so it is becoming electron deficient, and as a result of that you will see it will be having negative value. So rho will be negative. Okay, now what I can say, suppose I am taking this one, this is a carboxylic acid, and suppose it's a substituted carboxylic acid, and this substitution either meta or para, because you know that this Hammett relationship is not valid for ortho substitution. Now I am just studying the ionization step, and during the ionization this is the conjugate base is forming over here, and H plus. Okay, now we can think that this X, okay, this X is electron withdrawing. It is a electron withdrawing group, because only in that case this anionic species is to some extent stabilized. Now I am taking another substrate which is something like this, and taking the same electron withdrawing group, and I am just studying the reaction which is forming the conjugate base and the acid. So over here you can see the same thing is happening like the previous one. But if I compare, now if I compare that, what will be the rho value? Now in both the cases you can see that this is the starting material, and from the starting material what you are getting a species which is negatively charged. So during the course of the reaction obviously the electron density increases. Okay, so electron density increases means, so overall the rho value will be positive. Now this negative charge is stabilized with the help of the electron withdrawing group. Now point is that, one point is quite important, if electron withdrawing group stabilizes the transition state, so rho value will be more positive. Okay, if electron withdrawing group stabilizes the transition state, rho value will be more positive. Now you can see this is the structure, this is a benzene ring. Suppose I am talking about this first one. So this is the benzene ring, and over here the negative charge is there. Now this negative charge is resonance stabilized with this C double bond O, that means it is delocalized over here. But suppose I am taking any nitro group over here. Okay, so nitro group, you know that it is a minus R group. Now this minus R group cannot show minus R effect over this negative charge, because this negative charge cannot enter the ring. So if it enters the ring, then only this NO2 will stabilize it via the resonance. So remember that for this kind of substrate, carboxylic acid, okay, if I just get the conjugate base of the carboxylic acid, aromatic carboxylic acid, so you can see over here this negative charge is already stabilized with the C double bond O, and it cannot enter in the ring. So if in the ring any R group, I mean minus R group is present, suppose like NO2, despite that minus R group is present, it cannot stabilize that. So over here minus R effect is not considered. Over here I have to consider minus I effect. If there is minus I effect, then it will be stabilized to some extent. So this is what I am trying to say, that for the carboxylic acid, minus R effect or the resonance effect, minus R or plus R, both, suppose in this case methox is there, it will have the plus R effect, but this is not valid in this case. Suppose instead of NO2 I am taking methoxy group, okay, methoxy in the para, so it should exert plus R effect and it should just destabilize the CO2 minus, but it is not going to happen, because what happens, this is not suitably oriented to destabilize the anion. So this is happening. For this case we have to consider the oxygen is more electronegative, so it will be a minus I group, and that is why I should consider the minus I effect over here. Now from here I can just say that this X should possess some amount of minus I effect, or rather the inductive effect. Now if it is an electron withdrawing group, it will exert minus I effect obviously. And if you see that in this case, in the second molecule there is a CH2. Okay, so you can see that this X group, irrespective of where it is present, either it will be present in the para position or the meta position, due to the presence of extra carbon, extra CH2 group over here, the distance is increasing. The distance between this group, distance between the substituent, this substitution and the CO2 minus, the distance is greater in this case. For in the second case, as the distance is higher, so it will show lesser minus I effect, lesser minus I effect. So since it is having lesser minus I effect, so as a result of that you can say that the stabilization of this negative charge is to some extent lower in the second case. So that is why in the second case the rho will be less positive, and in the first case rho will be more positive. So this is what I am trying to say. So rho value will be greater. Both the cases rho value will be positive, because you can see the electron density is increasing, but rho value will be more positive for the first case. So this is the important thing, that how the magnitude of the reaction constant changes. Now you can see over here I am taking two systems. One is your this OH, and here the NO2 group is present, and I am taking this one O minus and NO2, and on the other hand I am taking this one carboxylic acid over here, NO2. So just I am studying the ionization of these two reactions. Now over here you can see that during the course of the reaction the electron density increases. So electron density increases means I can say that it is basically your rho value will be positive. So rho value will be positive in both the cases. Now point is that in which case, suppose in the first reaction the rho value is rho 1, and in second reaction rho value is rho 2. Now what you can see over here, this NO2 group, okay, NO2 group is minus I group and minus R group as well. But since this carboxylate, you can see it is resonance stabilized with this group, and this negative charge cannot enter the benzene ring, into the benzene ring. So the minus R effect of this NO2 group is not just helpful over here. So it is only giving the minus I effect, and it is very weak minus I effect, of course, because it is a para substituted. Anyway, so some amount of minus I effect will be there, but you can't consider the minus R effect. But on the other hand, if you see, suppose this is the structure of the benzene ring. So just I am writing this ring in this way. So over here what you can say, that this negative charge can enter into the benzene ring, okay, via resonance, and that is why this negative charge can easily be stabilized with the help of the NO2 group. So in this case the NO2 group is acting as a minus R group and minus I group both. But for the second case where the carboxylate is present, it is only exerting minus I effect to stabilize the negative charge. So both the cases electron withdrawing group is present, but the stabilization of the anion or the negative species is greater for the first case. So the magnitude of this rho 1 will be higher. So as a result of that, rho 1 will be greater than rho 2. Now let's discuss about a special type of plot which is called the non-linear Hammett plot. Non-linear Hammett plot. Now if I just take my first slide, so over here this Hammett plot, this is also a Hammett plot which is basically log k versus sigma. You can see that it is a straight line. Okay, you can see only the straight line is there, either it will show the positive slope or the negative slope. But now what I am going to discuss is the non-linear Hammett plot. And now a special reaction I'll write the reaction. So you can see that this log K versus sigma. If you see that in this case the reaction plot is something like this. So it is a curve, it is initially decreasing and later it is just increasing. Now in this case you can see that this slope, okay, this is the slope, this slope basically the rho value, okay, it is minus 4.4, and for this case the slope is now positive, so I can just say it a rho dash, it is your plus 2.5. So quite interesting observation over here. During the course of reaction, two kinds of rho value you can see over here. Now this is a reaction where this ArCOCl, this acyl group, now the hydrolysis of the acyl group is occurring. As a result of that, something like this is producing. Now how to explain the observation? So what is happening, suppose I am taking this one, okay. So in the first step, on the very first step you can see the lone pair will come back, and chloride being a good leaving group, it can be removed from the system. So it is something like this. This is your intermediate, okay, this intermediate is producing. Now you can see the first step of the reaction producing a positively charged intermediate, and initially the starting material was neutral. So during the course of reaction, electron density is decreasing. Now since the electron density is decreasing, so rho will be negative. So this portion, okay, you can see over here that this portion just correspond to the first step of the reaction. So over here the rho value is negative. Negative means it is basically, you can say experimentally you can find it out, it is rho is equals to minus 4.4. It is minus 4.4. So this is the first step of the reaction. Now looking at the second step of the reaction. In the second step, H2O is coming and H2O is attacking over here. It is basically producing Ar, C double bond O and OH. It will be OH2 plus, and then readily the proton is removed. So this is basically forming OH. So this is your product. This is what you can call as a product. So in this case you can see for the second step of the reaction, okay, for the second step of the reaction you can see that during this second step this was the positively charged, and from the positively charged it is getting neutral. So over here the positive to neutral, the product is neutral. So positive to neutral, this transformation is occurring. So over here you can say that the electron density is increasing. So rho value should be positive, and this is basically happening over here. In this case, if you just focus on this rho value, it is basically 2.5 plus 2.5, which correspond to your observation. So this is basically two different kind of observation you can see. For the first step the electron density decreases, in the second step the electron density increases. So that is why you are getting non-linear Hammett plot. So far we have discussed about the rho, reaction constant, and the value of the rho, the magnitude of the rho, whether it will be positive or negative. All these things have been discussed over here. So this is sufficient for your examination purpose, and in the next class or in the next video you will receive on the previous year's questions regarding this topic. I will solve some PYQ over there, and after that I will upload another video which is based on your Taft equation. Now Taft equation is quite important from GATE 2021 point of view. It is a highlighted topic, newly added topic you can say. So I'll discuss it in that lecture. So stay tuned with Canvas tutorial, and if you like the video then don't forget to share and subscribe. Thank you. Happy learning.